man. Hello, what's going on? Isn't it pretty? So pretty. I'm a couple minutes early, but that's okay. Oh yeah, you feeling all right? Hello, hello. Well, today was one of those nights that, like, I made my dinner, sat down to eat it, and was like, ugh, no, I do not want this. I hate nights like that. Yeah, like I thought I wanted some like quinoa mix with broccoli and salmon, and I did not. I did not. I took a couple bites and was like, so I ate a muffin. I know. I'm like worried that I don't like it anymore, because it was like one of those things where I was just like, absolutely not. Like it wasn't more like I was not feeling it, but it was like, I don't like, it was fine. It tasted okay. Like it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't like old or whatever, but I don't know. It just didn't hit the spot.
What would happen if you took Wegovy to help regulate appetite and control cravings? You'd get the first FDA-approved GLP-1 in a pill for weight loss. Clinically proven to promote weight loss and taken only once a day. Is it super pricey? Nope. You can get started for only $39. Is it legit?
Right. Yeah, well, hopefully, over the next couple of days it'll be feeling even better. But I'm glad the procedure went well. So the quinoa that I had, it's like a garlic, like a roasted garlic quinoa and rice and lentil. Well, I don't know if there might be some rice in it, and like lentil mix. I don't know. Typically, that's not something that I would reach for, but it had a lot of fiber, and I've been trying to kind of like sneak more fiber into my diet because I just, being picky sucks. And it doesn't taste super great on its own, but with the garlic broccoli, like the roasted broccoli that I put in with it and the salmon, it was fine. So, yeah, that's true. But I haven't had it in a little bit, so that's why I was like, maybe that's what I want. Nope. It's a shame. It was an easy, healthy meal. Hello, hello. That was like my go-to, for a second. because I would throw the salmon in the air fryer because it cooked it from frozen. And then halfway through, I'd throw my broccoli in, and then those would all be good together. And then I would, like, put the quinoa mix in the microwave for, like, a minute and a half. And then dinner was ready. Like, it was pretty easy. Took longer to cook than it did for me to put it together. Hello, hello. All right, we need, let's do white. What? The minis? Is that what you're saying? I almost went on TikTok tonight. And then I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. Yes, little mini guys. I don't paint that many of them, but I'm going to try to paint a few more than normal. So we'll see. We'll give it a couple days. We'll see how I feel. Because I glittered a whole bunch yesterday. So originally I got these from Amazon a couple years ago. And the listing doesn't exist anymore and I can't find them. And then I found them on Temu. So I ordered them because I didn't know how these ones would fit in the ornament gauge. And now those are sold out and I can't find them again. So I don't know. I haven't checked AliExpress though. But I did look last night because I was going to send you guys a link in the Dot Fam chat on Facebook. And the link to the one that I had bought was out of stock. And I spent about 5 minutes or so scrolling the Moo, looking to see if I could find another listing that was the same. And I couldn't. So I don't know. I'll check AliExpress and see if I can find something. I don't like going from there because I feel like it takes longer to get my stuff. But if you got to, you got to, I guess. I know. If I had the space, the things that I would supply for you guys, you have no idea. Yeah, it probably is quite late. You have electricity. I know, me too. Maybe one day. Oh, Terry sent me something. Hold on. You know what I didn't just thought of? Do you think, Terry, are they on that one place that I get the mini stars, perhaps? Let's see what you texted me. Let me see. It's gonna take a second for it to come through, but hello, what's happening? Yeah, I scoured Temu yesterday, but I might not have looked well enough. Terry, did you text that to me or did you send it on Facebook? Hold on, let me look. Oh, you did. Let me look. Let me look. No, those are 3.15 inch. Those are the big ones. Cause I saw those too. I got bamboozled. They're like about 2.5 inches, not even. The one on Temu says they're like that. Those are the 3 inch. Ooh. Hello. I'll find them one way. Yeah, but the stuff that you guys have over on the UK Moo is sometimes different than what we can find over here and vice versa. Because I typed in the size and everything. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Shelby's here. Let's see. Yeah, because if I type that in, it doesn't bring them up. Annoying. It's up. It is up. We've had the small holder for a while. I was just waiting to restock them because I wanted to see if these ones fit, the ones that I had ordered off Temu the other week. And they do, but now the ones on Temu we can't find anymore, so. But I know people have these ornaments, so I will still offer it. No, this is smaller than that. The 3 inches are bigger. This is a mini. So this is the 2.36 inch one. I know, what the heck? But I didn't look on AliExpress yet, so I'll see if I can find them on there. And then I'll look somewhere else too. But yeah, can't get them on Amazon anymore, and the only place that I found them on Temu is now sold out. Like, why are these so hard to find? I don't know. Ooh. Teal opal over colonial blue. That's a pretty one. I'm gonna have to top dot that white center dot with colonial blue. Look at that, it's like glowing. It's so pretty. Yeah, so you might have gotten lucky and got the last little bit. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll restock it, so I'll keep kind of looking every once in a while. Yeah, these are even smaller than the small, though. This is the teal opal. Teal opal is a little bit more blue than hologram, but that's the one that I say is like hologram on steroids. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, pre-order for the pigment restock, which is very opal heavy, it ends tomorrow. I am going to get my nails done, and then when I get home, I'm going to sit down and get the order placed. So basically, you have all tonight and part of tomorrow until probably like early afternoon. The smaller fit in the 3-inch. Yep. And then the bigger ones fit in the 4-inch. Because those ones are the same kind of shape as the ones from Michaels. So the holders work best on the Hobby Lobby Michaels ornaments. These ones are specifically made for these mini ones, which they don't sell at those stores. Yay! So just a reminder, pre-order does take a little bit. So I didn't get them like in hand this time like I did with the Christmas in July pigment. So it's gonna take a second. But I promise, as soon as I get them in, I will portion them up in like a day like normal and then get them out to you guys. They're getting a little overgrown and not so sharp. It's time. It's time. In the meantime, I'll be sure to show you all the beautiful things you can make with it. Yes, that I'm gonna try to get some glow in. I still have a couple colors left, just not all the colors. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna talk to my guy tomorrow because technically he kind of gave me a break. Like technically, like they're supposed to sell it like 5 times the amount of what I ordered. So I don't know if he's gonna let me order a small amount again. I should have just ordered the big amount, but I didn't think we'd use it. I still don't think we'll use it all. But I'm gonna see what he says. And if I can, then I will get some. I'm willing to bet that it's not the disc ornaments that they have. They have, I mean, I haven't checked this year, but they've, in the last like few years, they've only had the 3-inch and the 4-inch, not these mini guys. Well, I'm gonna get, I think, the last Halloween color, and I have 3 Halloween colors, I think 3 or 4 here already. I was just wanting to look at a color first before I ordered more of it. All right, hold on. Let me look at a few messages. Oh. Carrie. I think that's actually the one that Terry just sent me to. Let me look. And Stormy. They must be listening. Yeah, that's them. That is them. Can one of you guys just put that in the .fam chat for me, please? I don't need any more, but I know you guys were looking, so thanks, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. I know you do. So when you're looking at the listing, they're the ones that say 2.4 inches across. Yeah, Stormy, Carrie, and Terry they all just sent me the same link. I love it here. All right, we gotta wait for the rest of this to dry, but I will put a little bit more teal on top of this in a little bit. Okay, so we tried the mini version of the melting snowman last night, and it did work. So, uh-oh, first 6. Good luck. I know, right? So cute. Ooh. Well, I don't think we're going to, because we're basically supposed to get rain for the next couple days straight. No, I've only painted 4 so far. Sure. Well, maybe. You know, YouTube doesn't like to zoom. So here we go. He's so cute. Look how cute. They're little guys. So pretty much like a very similar design. It's just small scale. Carrie and Terry and Stormy, they were able to find those mini ornaments on Temu, because I went to send you guys the link last night of the ones I got, and they were sold out, and I couldn't find any more. I hadn't checked today, though, so, like, you know, but they were able to find one, so, I asked them to post it in the .fam chat for you guys, the link, but apparently there's only 6 left, so we were like, run, because I know you guys. Be right back. I think I have some still in the other room, but I wanted to make sure that the ones that you guys could get this year fit. So I definitely don't need any more. I wanted to show you guys actually really fast. So these are the ones I used to have on Amazon. I'll show you the evolution of these ornaments. Here we go. So these are the ones that I most recently purchased, right? But I've also, these necks are similar, but like the shape is different. If you ever bought ornaments from Joann Fabrics, it's more similar to this shape. So these will fit. And then these are the little ones I got from Amazon, but the neck is so much smaller, so you have to use it on the other side. So there are at least 3 years worth of these shapes that still work in these gauges, which is helpful. So hopefully we have the shapes covered, because, you know, there's only so much we can do. Yeah, I think I have a few from last year as well. We do our best, but there's just different manufacturers and stuff all over the place, so it is what it is. These are about 2.4 inches across, so they're smaller. I call them minis. I'm popping away. What's nice is that these are relatively quick paints. I mean, this design not so much, but the other ones have been pretty quick. In the past, I have at shows, I've put them together in like 2s, and I put them in like little containers with a bow on it, and it's like a little an ornament gift box, and people have really liked those. So I'm not really working on matching any right now, but I probably will try and make a few sets for the show. They're so cute. I'm just getting guidelines drawn on these so that we can paint. By the way, thank you guys for helping me clear out that paint destash. I had a Dot family member reach out and ask if there was anything I could do with her paint, because life is lifing, and I said, sure, I'll help you out. So I told her I'll buy them off her, and I'll take whatever colors I want, because I wasn't sure which color she had. And then the rest I'll just post. So I only took a few colors because you guys know I have a whole freaking paint store above me. So like I took an Irish moss because I needed one, and I left you guys a frosted plum. There's only one of those, and I didn't need any of those, you know. So I took like 2, 3, 4 colors, something like that. So there are a few left, but they're not Americana. They are deco art. There's some crafters acrylic, which some people really like. I just, I stick to Americana. That's my go-to. And then there's one white multi-surface, like it's a satin, like multi-surface white, and that's it. So I put them up for $1.25 because she wanted $1 for them, and I just want to make sure that I don't lose money on packaging. So it's still a steal. And the crafters acrylic I have up for 75 cents because, they're not the same as Americana. The regular ornaments are like 3.15, something like that. White peach, woo! Was that a color? Was that a color that you needed? I hope we numbered this one because I don't remember. 423. Perfect. We did number it. Awesome. This will be 424. Actually, this is 425 because I painted an ornament for Thursday that I didn't count yet. So yes, I had a couple dragon fruits, a couple sour apple, a couple gray. Like there were a few that had multiples, but most of them, I only had one. Let me number these two before I start painting on them. These are mini ornaments. So like little Christmas tree ornaments. Just little guys. Nice. Oh, I didn't know they did that. That's cool. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, fun. I love grab bags. Grab bags are so fun. Right. The way I see it, when you buy grab bags from glitter companies, it gives you an opportunity. Like if you get an extra of a color you already have, whatever, it is what it is, and you'll probably use it. But it's a good way to try out new colors that maybe you weren't sure about or didn't see, you know? I know, I'm like, I gotta get in on this. Yeah, I mean, for me, the more the merrier, because I like having color options. And it's not everywhere, thankfully. I get pretty good at storing it. Although I did run out of room, so I had to utilize 2 of the 3 drawers that I was using to like hold my resin pieces in. Those now hold glitter. It's fine. I figure I have the resiner machine from Paula, so I can give up a little bit of resin drawer space for glitter. The glitter from Michaels, is that what you're talking about, Kathy? Yeah, their glitter, if you're gonna buy glitter from the craft store, I do like the Recollections from Michaels. The Hobby Lobby glitter, that's kind of hit or miss, but the Recollections from Michaels is pretty good. Listen, you need the space. You should be like, would you rather me just have stuff everywhere, or would you rather me put it away nicely? Thanks. I'm using DecoArt Americana. It's my brand of choice. I love this stuff. No, it's just, it's flat. So the drawers just gave me like another flat surface to kind of put things somewhere while they were curing. So I kept the top drawer free if I need it, but the bottom two drawers I'm using to store glitter. Hello, hello. Yeah, we just finished our second week for this month over in VIP today. All's available on replay, so anybody wanting to join VIP, you're not really missing out. You might be missing out on like the live portion, but you can rewatch the live on your free time, which a lot of people do actually do. So we still have half the month of new stuff that hasn't been put on a live yet, but you can rewatch the last 2 weeks and then also basically a whole year's worth of past tutorials too. It turned out super cute. I did blue for my accent color because I did this decal. So mine is blue instead of purple or green. And I really like how it turned out. The blue's pretty. Thanks. I need to paint the picture frame, but the board is prepped. Yeah, there's so many projects in there. Even if you're not like caught up to the current month. As long as you're caught up to the current month in the last year, then you'll be fine. Very nice, very nice. I did a bunch of prep work today. I finished, like I just had like a ton of coasters that I needed to clean up the backs with, and then put the little cork boards on the cork pieces on the back. So I finally did all of those because they've just been hanging out waiting for me to officially finish them and like take pictures of them and stuff. I did that today, and then I finished 2 phone stands that really just needed their like base coats and stuff, you know, on the backs and stuff like that. And then I sanded and base coated a few stash jar lids, and a couple things that I am thinking of doing for next month in VIP. Figured I might as well just get them prepped. That way I can, you know, do them. If it runs over, it runs over, and then I'll fix it later kind of thing. Preferably, I like it when it doesn't happen, but it happens sometimes. I was trying to be. Hello, Nancy. I let them be. I don't triple thick. I just I let them be, and then the back, if I need to like get the resin off. Well, so if I mess up the sides, then I'll fix them. But if it doesn't flow over, then I don't worry about it. And then the backs, kind of same thing. Because mine are already prepped black, and they're more than just like a matte black. They kind of have like a multi-surface kind of black on them, so I don't feel like I need to do anything else unless I mess them up. You're welcome. So tomorrow, my nail appointment's at 9:30, and depending on what we decide to do, it's, you know, anywhere between 2 and 3 hours. Usually I'm done around lunchtime. So how is the beach? Are you nice and tan? Oh, you stupid paint bugger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've got time. You got time. I probably won't take him down until, like, early afternoon. Is anybody else frozen, or is it just Diane? Good. Hello, hello. Hello. You guys might have to swipe out and come back in. Sometimes it's just finicky like that. I should probably use a new thingy soon. Gotta love the neck of the ornament, you know? We do what we can. Not all the time. It depends on what I'm doing. But I do really love this purple tool that I'm using. Um, I have a habit. I don't know if one would say it's a bad habit or a good habit, but I have a habit of like loading up my tool with paint. So in times where some people would grab a different tool, I'm still using the same tool. I'm just using more or less paint with it, and then I can get different size dots and whatnot. Weird. I don't know why that happened, but I'm glad you're back. So these dotting tools, they have all different size ballpoints. So this purple one, I use both sides. So the side that I'm using now is the bigger end. It's not much bigger, but it's a little bit bigger than the opposite side. And so after I'm done with these two dots here, you probably won't see me do it because I don't know, I do it really fast and probably do it off camera. But I'll flip it to the other side and then I'll do the smaller dot accents with the smaller tip. Yeah, you don't really see me do it. So I was using this end. They're dirty, so don't judge me. But this little, like, you see how it's a little bit smaller than this side? But I have a wet paper towel next to me that I just wipe it off really fast because they're not paintbrushes. They're just little metal ball tips, like little, they're the same tools that like you use for nail art and stuff like that. So I just wipe them off on my paper towel and then I'm ready to go on to the next color. Some people do use paintbrushes, but I never do. A dirty tool is a loved tool, right? Hello, hello. How's it going, Linda? No, but no judgment here. That's part of the reason why I get new tools every quarter, basically. Nah, she's not judging. I'm sure hers are just as bad as mine. Mine might be a little worse, but I also know that she also has tools that I don't have that are hard to clean. So if I had to guess, those are the ones that she's probably talking about. Yeah. Well used and well loved. I'm good. Pretty productive. Didn't get as much art done today, but got a lot of like things that I've been meaning to do wise with like getting things posted and finished and stuff, because you know, sometimes I won't finish something and it'll sit and sit and sit until I finally do something with it. I was hanging out in Angela's live earlier today, just listening, watching and listening, and she was keeping me company basically while I was doing some prepping of some you know, I was prepping some stash jar lids and sanding and painting black and doing all that stuff. So It helped. I need a little bit of moral support sometimes. Ooh, I'm excited. Can't wait to see. Thank you. I did. Here, I'll show you. It was a little difficult, but we did it, so we're gonna make a couple more tonight. Now that I know it can be done, you just gotta be careful. I think I did pretty good, you know, all things considered, with how small they were. I think I did pretty good. Alright, we'll get the snowman heads on this one glued down, and then we'll finish top dotting this one because I think that one's ready. Oh, my sticker. I know, those were definitely micro dots for sure. Okay, so I think we used these ones, I'm pretty sure. We'll cover it up anyways. They're very small. That's why originally when I was doing these little ornaments, I did not do the melting snowman design, but they peer pressured me into it and they were like, you can do it. So we did it. Pleasantly surprised with how it turned out, so I guess I'm glad I listened. Hey, there she is. Were you listening? All good things, all good things. Gotta be careful. I popped this out to put the number. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad they could help find them. Because, yeah, I went to send you guys the link last night, and I was like, oh, damn it. I have a Shopify website. I started my business in 2021, in March of 2021. So for the first like year and a half or so, year and a half, 2 years, I did all of my business on my Etsy. And then once I kind of figured out that I was the one pushing the majority of my traffic, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to move to my own website. Because I was building a following and a community, so like people knew where to find me. That's a little bit hard when you don't have that. You, Angela. It's a little bit harder to get people to go to your website if you don't have traffic. So, but I did. So I've had a Shopify ever since. And sometimes I do in-person events, but not very much. Only like one a year nowadays, around Christmas time. I was telling them, Angela, that I was telling them what I was doing today, and that I was productive, but not like art productive, but like that I was prepping things and stuff. And I said that I was hanging out in your live, just kind of listening, and you were keeping me company while I was prepping things. And as soon as I got done talking about it, Gabrielle was like, "Look who's here." So I was like, "Were you listening?" That's all. All good things, all good things. Were your spidey senses tingling? No, what you need to say is your ears were buzzing. Yeah, you need to find a bee. You need to lean on any like honey or bee or whatever thing. You need to lean on that and just roll with it. Come up with like your little sayings that just go with your business and all that stuff. You have some opportunities to do some really cute and funny, punny things. Maybe she is a cat. I think Toby's a cat dog sometimes, Case of the zoomies. Yeah, I mean, Toby, he greets us at the door like a dog, and it's really cute. She ate a rabbit. No. Yeah, there are some times where I'm like, oh, you're definitely a cat. And then other times I'm like, maybe dog? A little bit of both. I mean, one of his nicknames is Cat Dog. It's comfy up there, Tub has a little spot behind the couch, too. Aww. Oh no, the electricity went out. Is it raining? That's how I feel when Tub has caught mice in the past. I'm like, no, spit it out, spit it out. It's just a cute little mouse. He tried to get that bird too, but we didn't let him. might not want mice in my apartment, but I don't want them in my cat's mouth either, because that's just sad. Poor little guys. They're just trying to live. Yeah. I thought we were gonna get more rain, but we did not. Oh, poor baby. You probably were trying to gimp over there so fast. Your dog's making you work after surgery. What the hell? Yeah, that area and like over a little bit too. They've got some pretty rough storms coming through. And it doesn't help that Craig he can't help you. It was like if it wasn't you, like who else is gonna do it, you know? Oh my God. It hopped out from under the couch. I know, your dogs have to take care of you guys, and obviously, well, see, that's what she was doing. She was bringing you guys food. She was trying to care for you guys. Her owners need a little help right now. Oh, did I put that pink back? Yep, sure did. Oh, well, I've already put a little bit in my paint thing, so I guess it's fine. It is JGrondz.art.com. I think I have the link in my bio on here somewhere. I don't think I can do stickers on here, can I? Maybe I can. Yay! Thank you. What's this button? Q&A, poll, or countdown. Well, I don't want to do that. No, I want like a sticker. What else? No, I don't think I can on here. Oh well. Where the heck is that? Did I use it already? Probably. Okay, hang on. Ooh. Is what too small? Oh no. No, I wanted to. I probably could. It would just, I wouldn't have as much space. But no, you know how I have my phone number sticker on TikTok? Not my phone number, but you know, that phone number. I was wondering if I could do that on here, but I don't think I can. He'll just shut up. This paint is just a little thick, but we're just gonna deal with it. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't. I mean, I will for the rest of this, but the damage is done. We'll have to fix these. Oh, that one's really bad. Clumpy paint, clumpy paint. So that's what I did originally, but like my phone, it didn't want to focus on it. Okay, where's that tool? Hello. Am I blind? No, but this one will work, it's fine. Maybe, maybe not. La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-dum. Oh, that was a paint booger. That's why it was kind of crappy. Light pink, light pink, light pink, light pink. Hopefully by the time I finish this one, the little pearls will be dry on the other one and we can just go right into that one and make the little snowmen. Really wish we had some good music to listen to. It's a shame we can't listen to good music here. This music sometimes makes me really sleepy. It's one of those nights, huh? I hate it when Tub does that. Last night I was finally comfy in bed and Scott was in the shower and I just heard this bang. And I get up and I go into the kitchen and he was on top of the fridge. He wasn't anymore, but he knocked a bunch of shit over. And he was just standing there like, "Hi, I'm cute." And I'm like, maybe. Poop. I know. Like, we have all this cereal and stuff up there so that he can't make it up above the fridge, but he still manages to. Yes. Sure do. And it really sucks. Sometimes I won't do anything. Other times I will go, well, maybe it's just what I'm painting. Maybe I need to paint something else. Like I can get in, I'll get myself into an artist block if I am doing a new design or something that doesn't quite turn out the way I want. So then I'll just go back to something that I know turns out great every time I do it. Even if it's me going back to an old ornament design and just kind of looking at my picture and recreating it, you know, sometimes it just takes me being successful with a piece to kind of get me back on track. Other times I'll use it to get ahead on things that I haven't felt like doing. Like I'll bring my Cricut out and I'll cut a bunch of badge reel cards or do something with it just to keep myself busy, because taking a nap might seem like the right decision, but then I wake up and I'm still in the same spot and distress that I was in. Who else would it have been, babe?
Well, I mean, the muffins go bad early, and I never figured out why, and now you just got busted.
No, that was just tonight.
Huh?
That was just tonight because I definitely closed them the other day.
No, you close the front. You don't close the back. That's what just happened.
Naps are always the right decision. Sometimes, but then I don't get the opportunity to get things done. And then I wake up going, damn it, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. I could have done this, this, and this. Or sometimes I'll just fold laundry or wash dishes, you know, I'll just clean. Sometimes a messy living space is not the best for creation, so I just clean a bunch. One thing leads to the next. First I start off folding laundry, then I go do dishes, and next thing I know, all my glitter and stuff is out of my drawers and I'm changing up wherever I put things. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you should make one for her. Maybe that'll kind of get you back in the groove. Yeah. I can imagine it's quite difficult. I hope you'll get, you get your little mojo back. But grief doesn't, there's no timeline on that kind of stuff, These are so small. He was warming up a muffin. We got some cinnamon crumb cake muffin things from Costco the other day. They're quite good, especially if you put a little extra butter on it. Right? Yeah, you probably have 10,000 million things to figure out and settle up and all that kind of stuff. They're very good. They're like perfectly sweet with, it's salty, a little bit salty too. Like they're very good. So I use like a gem tack jewelry glue, so it dries relatively quickly. Depends on how much you use. But these guys are so small that I only use like a teeny tiny dot, so it didn't take all that long, but I'll just kind of, see if they move before I start doing something on top of them. One thing I will say to get out of writer's block, do not set a goal for yourself, because if you don't hit it, it makes you feel worse. Just do a little bit, and if it's more than what you have done, then great, good, that's a win, you know what I mean? For any of you just recently tuning in, no, these are not going to be eggs. It's just all part of the process. Yeah, you should. And I think the little squiggly tool from the Celtic set will make fabulous bacon. I just haven't tried it yet, but I think it would be pretty funny. I think it would work really well. I don't know. Ooh, I just dropped a bunch of stuff. Okay. Boy dinner.
My wife doesn't cook for me, sorry.
Listen, I didn't have luck cooking for myself tonight either, so sorry. I still love you though. Did you guys hear that? He used the W word. He I just made fun of him because I heard him open up some chips and he just warmed up a muffin. So I said, boy dinner. He goes, my wife doesn't cook for me. I had not a great time making food today, so I guess it's a good thing I didn't cook for him. 'Cause it probably wouldn't have tasted all that good. Let me at him, let me at him. I'm a listen, I got a great picture in my mind about it. Oh yeah, it's so pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be on Gren's bad side, that's for sure. She's small but mighty, just like me. Yes, exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're literally so good. They keep paint and this stuff for months. It's one thing Hobby Lobby's good for right now. Cuz there's not much else right now. So, all right. This one is almost done. Okay. We will let that go. Bring this one back. Look at this. Oh my god, it's so pretty. That is a stunner. I feel like I need to make a couple more like this. Hold on, let me zoom in because YouTube is being stupid. Look at that. Wow, so pretty. And it's prettier in person. I'm sure you guys know. All right. For this one, not quite. We'll top dot right now. Okay. Let's do what color do I want to do? Let's do vivid violet, and then we'll put some pretty sparkles on top. Well, I've got a bunch. I'm slowly getting through them. The snowman one was snagged right up. Oops. Double oops. I know, now I feel this like overwhelming need to make a handful of these mini ones so I can get a bunch of them up on my wall. And eventually I'm going to need to start paying attention to which colors I've done so that I can match them to some other ones. But for now, we can just have fun. I guess it's a good thing I left some unglittered because I'll need to probably match eventually. Let's do this one. Whoops, I didn't close that all the way, but I think it's still fine. Yeah, it's fine. My Michaels doesn't have their ornaments down yet because they just finished putting out all the Halloween, but last time I was in there, I did see ornaments like up on the shelves, but I didn't look for any 8-inch ones. I still have a couple, so if you need one, let me know. I'm not sure how many of those I'm gonna paint this year, so. We might do one. I really like that I used one as my signage for my show. I just used my Cricut and I put my pricing on it, and I put it in the middle of the wall, and it was good. It looked really cute. As much fun as they are to paint, they're definitely one of those things that, like, if you don't have a good spot for it, then, you know, what the heck are you going to do with it? Put it on your couch like a pillow. Couch decor. Hang it in your window. I don't know. I mean, I'd be willing to bet most of us don't have giant trees for that. Yeah, there's like they had, it was like Halloween, 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 and now it's like Halloween everywhere. It's crazy. I need to get more of those little black air plants though, because I officially used my last one, I think. Or I only have one left. Not that I'm doing any spookulents right now, but I do have one spookulent I need to arrange, and I'm not saying I'm done for the season, but I'm done for right now. Hello, hello. Sometimes it's best if you go with, you know, a list, or, you know, your order is already placed, or you go when you're busy and you can't stay in there for very long. What's nice about these is that you can just make little blobs and it's fine. It comes together in the end. Because no, this is a Deco Art Americana. I do not use folk art very often. But you're right, it is acrylic. That's true. What does? Deco? I don't think so. I think it depends on the color that you're using. Or like where you're painting. Like if you're painting somewhere hot and dry or near a fan. Oh, yeah. I think folk art paint is a little too thick too. Like I don't like the way it lays. You get little paint nipples. The only folk art paint I use is their color shift, which it's stringy, but it's pretty, or their extreme glitter paint. That's the only folk art I use. Everything else I've gotten rid of over the years. Exactly. Literally. Hello, hello. Aloha. Paint booger. I never heard of that. But I've been pretty strictly deco art for a while. You know, it just, it always does what I need it to. Oh, yeah. I think depending on what you make, there's definitely better paint. But for this, deco art works pretty well. I do. I actually was doing a bunch of Halloween. You just missed it. So here I have a couple Halloween ornaments right now, for example. Here's a black and orange, a little ghost puppy. And then we've got more of like a Beetlejuice kind of design, sort of inspo. And then this one, this glows bright blue. So little ghosties on here. And then what I was recently making, I call pretty pots. They are fake plants. So there's a bunch of different ones, but these are some of my faves, little pretty pots. So you don't have to worry about keeping the plants alive because they're not real. This little guy glows in the dark. But I was just doing a bunch of these. There's one right here that needs finished. And I made little zombies too because I thought it was fun. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I'm already decorated, but Christmas is one of those things that I have to stay on track of or I'm not going to have enough for the season. Yep, sometimes you need a nap. Thank you. I was thinking about doing some little Halloween minis. I have a couple orange ones that I glittered. Thanks. Thank you, thank you. Aw, well, thanks. I was painting some little ghost pictures the other month, last month probably. And I'll probably make more of those soon. They're not as dot art related, but they're really fun. I made the frame super pretty. And there's a couple of dot art elements to it, but overall it was just me throwing paint and seeing what happened. Because I mean, I can't do much other than dot art. I'm not, super crafty. But one of the things that I enjoyed before dotting was going to like those painting classes. I didn't do that many of them, but I learned that I can just kind of like, do stuff and it looks okay. So I painted these little guys, and they are color shifty, the frames, which are cool. They look better in like normal light, but so there's that guy and those guys. And then, see, I'm already decorated. And then I painted, obviously, these guys. I painted this, and I painted these ghosties on top of that frame. And then there's a couple more of my painted ghosty frames. But, oh, look at the kitty, so cute. Guys, my ghost collection is growing. I don't really know. Oh, I got this guy recently, this little plant. And I think I had him already, but I think I got him, those two. I haven't really gotten much new because I've been busy, but you know. Mr. Tub Tub's just hanging out with Mr. Scott, Mr. Dad. Ooh, I gotta get parked back in my spot. All right, we're good. I love ghosts. That's how I decorate it. My apartment just throws up ghosts everywhere. I just think they're so cute. No. A couple years ago, though, we went to Michael's, and he kind of was like, why don't we do a little painting craft together? And we got those, like, you know, those little coffins that Michael's has? Like, they're like, you know, little coffin guys. They open up. We got a couple of those, and then we never did anything with it, so I threw them out. Because I was like, well, the hell are we gonna, like, what am I gonna do with them, you know? Thanks. That's true. I probably could have figured something cool out at this point, but, you know. That would be so funny. Green. But yeah, thanks for the sub. I don't know if you're a strictly YouTube person, but I'm only on YouTube twice a week. TikTok is technically my main platform. It's where I'm at the most. But I'm also over on Facebook too. But we're on TikTok, what, 5 lives a week? 4 days, 5 lives, something like that. So I did, a long time ago, I did Deadpool. It was an 8-inch round canvas with, like, it was obviously black and red. It had his face in it. I think that's the only one, though. I think I only did Deadpool. I try to stay away from that kind of stuff because you can get in trouble. But that was a commission, so I didn't really post too much about it. And it was when I first started, too, so, you know. But yay, Dory! I think we need, like, a bluish color, but I don't want to go, like, blue, because, you know, we're kind of staying greenish, but it does have that blue shift. That's cute. Like, I could see me doing something with, like, the artificial succulents and, like, painting something on it, but that stuff wasn't around in my mind back then. Yeah, the copyright stuff. You gotta be careful. I got one today from my box of paint, but I would love at least one more. How many did you get? I know, I forgot that I told you that to get me some Irish moss. Wait, that has to be white. Hold on. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I want it to be. I have them. So here's my thing. I know they're different now, so they're probably easier to use now because she did change them. So each cube has what, 250 or 500 cards, something like that. And the ones that I have, like, there's really not much organization to it, especially since I just kind of mixed it up. But trying to flip through a bazillion color palette cards, well, that got a little old kind of quickly. They do offer the, like, online version if you purchase, I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if at the time you could only get it if you purchase, like, the physical sets. She might offer the online version now. But honestly, and I'm not trying to, like, diminish her work, small business wise, but to be completely honest, I use Pinterest more. If I'm stuck on a color palette, I'll think of a vibe that I'm trying to go for. For example, let's say I'm trying to come up with, like, a beach color palette that's different than the ones I usually do. I'll go on Pinterest and I'll search, you know, unique beach color palette cards, and then hundreds of them come up, and it's a very similar setup, and it's free. Honestly, it's more of a decoration piece at this point in my art space. I love them. I think they're great, but the ones, like I said, the ones that I have are not the most updated ones. The ones that she has now, she's changed the box so that you can pull the cards easily, and you can there's tabs, so you can kind of flip through the different themes and kind of get to where you want a little bit faster. That's just not how they were back then, you know. I know, honestly. I mean, I find my stuff all over Pinterest and I didn't even post it. That's one of the reasons I actually don't post much on Etsy anymore, because if you have something cool, that's where, honestly, I believe everybody's designs get stolen from. I mean, occasionally someone will steal stuff off Facebook or whatever, but I think whatever you post on Etsy is where Temu and all those places get everybody's stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think the color cards are great, but they are an investment, and rightly so. But, you know, I don't use them as much anymore. But you also have to remember, guys, that this is coming from someone who, I think I'm pretty good at building color palettes on my own. So, I don't need as much help anymore. But if you feel like, you know, you really need color palette help, maybe that is something that would genuinely work very well for you. But like I said, I use Pinterest a lot. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Pinterest is actually what introduced me to this art style. Ooh, paint bugger, paint bugger, paint bugger. And Jenny, in my link tree, there's a Pinterest button at the top. It's my Pinterest, but you guys are more than welcome to look around on it. I have a color palette album that has a bunch of color palettes in there that I thought were pretty, and it's a good way to start if you want. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I get it. That's kind of why I do a little bit of both. Like, I do more functional art. Like, this isn't really that functional, but a lot of my art is stuff that, you know, you don't just hang it on a wall. And I feel like it's a little bit easier to, you know, use, I suppose. I mean, it's not all functional, but a lot of it is. Because I like art, don't get me wrong, but I don't buy that much art either. Yeah, you're welcome. Unfortunately for me, I don't have that many people in my life. I'm not talking about you guys because I know any single one of you would be like, yeah, I'll take a piece of your art. But like friends and family, I don't have that many people who love art enough to like have it everywhere. So like I can't really gift my art that that often. I mean, I can. Like I'll give my family and stuff like a Christmas ornament every year because I think that's nice and they make really good gifts. But honestly, like the only person that I made something for my dad too, but the only person that I will actually like make art for more than like once or twice is Scott's mom, and that's because she is so genuine when you give her something. She likes my art more than my parents do, I feel like. I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. And placing the pigment order. And then, you know, we'll see what the day brings. Yeah, she gets teary. It's very cute. So like I've made her a few pieces over the years, and they're still out. Like some of my very first pieces that I look at and I'm like, oh, get rid of those, you know? But she still has them hung up. She still has coasters on her coffee table. Like, it's to the point where like the stuff that I'll make her is to replace the old stuff. It's a little bit nicer, you know? Yeah, she's great. She has one of my very first pretty pots that I ever made. It's on the kitchen windowsill. Oh yeah, she's great. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that like my parents have, but you know, it's the running joke that the art that I make my parents goes in the bathroom because it does. One of the bathrooms, anyways, which I guess is fine because, you know, what are you doing when you're sitting on the pot, just looking around, right? Might as well have some pretty stuff to look at. Um, the stuff that like a lot of the stuff that I made my mom that's like beach themed, it's in the bathroom in like the nice living room, you know, like the normal like living room that people are in whenever people come over for holidays and stuff. And that whoa, I glitched. That theme is like beachy and blue and stuff, so it makes sense that my stuff is in there. And then the stuff that I make my dad is intentionally put downstairs in the man cave bathroom because there's just literally stuff all over the walls, like just the most random things ever. So it, you know, there's a couple pieces that I've given him over the years that gets put in there. And then like they'll put my ornaments on the Christmas tree and stuff, but one of my first pieces was this big sand dollar. And it, like, you can tell that it was one of my first ones, because I hadn't even discovered deco art paint yet. It was all folk art, so like they were just covered in paint nipples and stuff. But it's above the bathroom toilet, just literally just right behind it. And it makes me laugh every time I go in there. I'm like, ah, yep, there's my art right behind the toilet. Nice. But Scott's parents, they hang my stuff up in the normal part of the house. I know, right? I mean, from far away it doesn't look bad, but if you get up close to it, you're like, oh yeah, that's something that Jenna made a long time ago. You say you like the weird stuff, what do you mean? What's the typical stuff that you'll go for? Because, like, my best friend, for example, she likes the weird stuff, is what I would classify as weird, and there's nothing wrong with it. And the stuff that she makes is like lots of like bones and animal fur and skull and baby doll heads and, you know, snake skin, stuff like that. She makes like the creepy weird stuff, which like is cool if that's your thing, you know what I mean? It's not my thing at all. So like, as much as I would love to like buy something from her, I'm like, I don't know who I'd gift it to, and I don't know what I'd do with it. Every once in a while she'll make something with like a cat on it that I'm like, okay, yeah, I can get with that. I guess hers are more like oddities, you know? Was she? Aw. What did she make? Or what did you make her? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I can picture that. But that's a cool art form, you know. I don't my brain doesn't work that way, you know, but I'm always, there is this person that I follow. I haven't seen their stuff for a while, but this person, I saw them on TikTok, and they would thrift like random old paintings, and not just like picture paintings, like for like, you know, like it was like old canvas art that people randomly painted, you know, that wasn't like super super great or by any means, but they would take it home and then they would completely transform it into like this painting with like eyeballs and monsters and just totally like weirdly cool things. And my brain doesn't work that way. I would never be able to come up with something like that, but it's very interesting to see people who can come up with stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool. Trippy almost, you know. Well, yes and no. So I kind of I mean, for my space I do pretty well. Like, I pretty much, the majority of my space is in what would be our dining room, but it never was. It just was my art space pretty much. Um So I have to keep it relatively organized, otherwise I can't find anything. But like organized chaos is kind of what I call it, because it'll get to a point where I'm like, I need to clean. But I always know where stuff is. So like, for example, I don't know exactly what's in there, but I know if I'm looking for something specific, like this is where it would be. So this, both of these drawers are like my, I don't really have a place for it drawer, but like, let me put it in there. So like, there's all types of like this kind of stuff, but like in the bottom, there's like cups and random bags and blanks and, you know, whatever. And then in this one, there's like even more like just like paint stuff. These are my junk drawers. There's peg rack things. There's my little label printer thing. Like there's shit. But like then we have my beautiful paint, and I try and keep that relatively organized. And then this I'll clean up tomorrow, I'm sure. I do my best, but well, that's decor, you know, you gotta keep that nice. But organized chaos for sure. They're only out for a few times a month, and then I put them away. Although I was briefly considering doing like Spooky Christmas this year. But I don't know. There's something about that iridescent white, just beautiful, sparkly Christmas that I love so much that I don't know if I can get rid of. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That seems pretty normal for my Wednesdays. If I'm not getting my nails done, then I, you know, organize. Oh, I have multiple junk drawers. There's even stuff under my desk too. But I just recently kind of organized those so they're not as junked up as they could be. I will give Instagram and stuff one last little look-see to see if I can't get inspired for my nails tomorrow. Thanks. I do very good at keeping up with the chat and stuff, but I will squirrel every once in a while. I think the design that I am like currently looking at is kind of like the, if I don't find anything else, like I'm happy with this kind of design sort of thing. And it's gonna be hopefully a black base, and then there's gonna be like dots all over it, and the dots are gonna be color shifty and shiny. So that's like the plan, unless I find something else. So we'll see. We'll see if I come across any other inspo tonight. I have a plan for my next set, but I can't do that right now because I need them for the Breaking Benjamin concert. And so if I got them now, then they'd be gone before the concert. So I sent her like inspo pics though, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, Jesus, bless you. Gold to this? Maybe. See, this is more of like a teal green moment, I think. There it is. I feel like it's been a sec. He hasn't sneezed as much, right? It took a sec. I was gonna say, like, I feel like I haven't heard the sneeze for a while. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do the little teeny tiny faces. I jumped a little bit, not gonna lie. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. These just, the Americana colors, they dry very fast. Depending on how thick you apply them and how large the dots are. Some will dry faster than others, but within 45 minutes to an hour, they're usually at least dry to the touch. I mean, I wouldn't say this is completely dry, but it's dry enough for me to be able to do the smaller accents on top. I think they definitely dry faster than folk art, though. I'm holding my breath, sorry. Well, I've done my nails a few times, but nail polish is thinner, so it'll probably run a little bit more. I mean, I guess you could use maybe like gel nail polish, but it's much more expensive, I would assume, you know? He's got a freaking schnoz on him. Holy hell. Thanks. Have fun working on VIP stuff. Yeah. So the inspo behind these little snowmen was actually because every winter I get one of them on my thumb and I name it. This will be, I think, the 3rd year that I get them. I get at least 1 or 2 every winter. And so this year I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I could definitely paint them myself on these ornaments and it would be super cute. And it was super adorable. Yeah, I could. But this isn't too terrible. It's actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be for how small these are. No, not yet. My nail girl, she's more of like the spooky alternative type. So I don't usually paint these tiny ornaments. This is like newer. Like I only do a couple of these every year, but so I hadn't done these little baby snowmen on these ornaments yet. So these are a lot smaller than what I was used to doing. So I wasn't sure how well I could get the little design to come out, but pretty good. I think I would be a decent nail tech if I wanted to be. I have no want to go to, you know, cosmetology school or whatever you have to do to be a nail tech. I don't want to do that. But I feel like if I had to be, I feel like I would be okay with certain designs. Now that I'm kind of used to doing the, you know, detailed stuff like this. On Thursday, not tomorrow. But yes, make sure your alarm is set. It wasn't always steady. It's just something that I've kind of acquired over time. The more confident I get in doing things, you know. I'm really bad at promoting that, by the way, guys. Like, I should have posted about it way long ago. And I'll probably make a post about it tomorrow. Like, hey, sorry, it's happening on Thursday. But, you know, whatever. I hope my design is easy enough that she can follow along. I don't want her to struggle. You're talking to someone who currently has coffee next to her, and I made it around 8:30, and it's 4 shots of espresso. So, and nicotine. So those two things together, I'm sure aren't the best, but I've kind of, you know, I've eaten today, so I'm not as shaky, I guess. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I think you guys will be able to follow along, if anything. You've been watching resin. Fun. I have an espresso machine because we used to go to Starbucks every night, and it just got super expensive, so. That is true. I would imagine. I quit the cig sticks, but I still vape. Oh, the resin tutorial? Is that what you're talking about? I keep telling myself that the next time I get super sick is when I'll, like, you know, quit, because the hardest part is, like, the first few days. Especially, I'm sure, now that I have the vape. And when I'm really sick, I don't touch it, because it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything. So I'm just kind of waiting on that, and hopefully. But I mean, I've said this before. I wish I never picked up a vape, because I probably get way more nicotine, and I'm probably way more nicotine dependent now than I ever was on cigarettes. Because you had to go outside, you know? And you know, like, you couldn't just, when I was on break, when I was at work, I just, you know, would pull my little jewel out of my pocket and hit it a few times in the bathroom real fast. You weren't supposed to do that, but, like, I would, you know, or whatever. But, like, yeah, it's a lot, I'm just a lot more dependent on it now. And I just wish I never picked it up. Because, like, a lot of the times I feel like I'm fine without it. But if I forget it and I go somewhere, I'm like a freaking nutcase. So, but I do wish I never started. So I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I do think, I mean, I feel better because like when I got sick, I used to get like just all that shit in my lungs and I would lose my voice. I would get laryngitis all the time. After I was sick, like I'd always lose my voice. I always had the cough. Ugh. And I don't get that now, but you know, you never know. We don't know what it's going to do long term. So what would probably work better for me, Jenny, is if I had a flavor that I didn't like, you know what I mean? I just I'm too much of a bitch to actually do it. I don't like the yummy tasting ones because it feels like nothing. I prefer the like menthol ones that like knock your freaking socks off. Because I used to smoke like really menthol cigarettes. So I love that like dentine ice you breathe in, you're like, whoo, you know, like I like that. But I definitely don't like cigarettes anymore, that's for sure. So, yeah, one day I'll stop because I'm like I mean, we've talked about the stages of change, the stages of change model. I'm like kind of I'm in the pre-contemplation, maybe a little bit into the contemplation phase, but not quite to the point where I feel like I would not pick it up again or that I would just like completely stop. But you know, we'll see. We're getting there slowly. I don't know if that's an excuse, but from my little bit of public health knowledge. I mean, I really shouldn't have picked it up at all with my degree, but you know, whatever. It happens, you know? Do we put sparkles on top of this blue? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I said I would quit on my 30th birthday, though, and, you know, it's been 2 years, so. Where's my... Here it is. We're gonna do it. The more sparkles, the better. But we won't, like, completely cover it. We'll just do, like, a triple dot, you know? That's a little too small. Hold on. Let's go a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, that's so pretty. They're like little opals. They're so pretty. Cute. I feel like that's a little off center. Here we go. We're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. That's better. Oh, my name's Jenna. A blue opal that's sparkling. What do you mean? Wouldn't that kind of classify as a blue opal? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, if you mix the dark blue and the teal together, is that not blue enough for you? Because they don't have, so they have the teal and they have the dark blue. They don't have another blue, but I found that if you mix those two together, that goes pretty like blue. Yep, that's me. What's your name? I'll try to remember, but there's lots of people, so I'll do my best. I'll get it eventually. Is it Ela? Or is that just a nickname? Light. Pretty. Oh, that wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. I'm gonna keep going though, because I am a glutton for punishment. Oh, nice. I like it. So do you prefer to be called Light, or I don't know if I'm saying it right. Ila? Okay. Then I shall call you Light. I like it. That's pretty. I do hope I remember. I will do my best, I promise. There's so many of you guys across different platforms. It'll take me a second sometimes, but eventually I'll get it. Especially if you keep coming back. But your name's in your username, and I'll remember that it's Light, so it'll be fine, I hope. I know, isn't it a pretty name? I like it. All right, guys, here's what we got done. So we finished this one. This only had like up to the arches. It didn't have any of the swooshes or anything, so we finished this one. Oh, okay. And then we did these two melted snowmen ones. And we started the green one. So not too shabby. Not too bad, not too bad. We are a nice little group of people. Lots of really nice people in this group. I'm super happy with this community. They're wonderful, wonderful, sweet people. I love them. I love them. Okay, so I'm off tomorrow, guys, as most of you know. But I will be back on here at 9:30 Eastern on Thursday. However, don't forget, I'm doing a 24-hour craft takeover over on their TikTok account on Thursday, like morning-ish, like 11:15 Eastern. So I'll be on their TikTok account, not mine. So make sure to go over to theirs. And I'll be teaching Hannah how to paint this, and so I will also therefore be teaching whoever's watching live on how to paint this. This is a 4-inch ornament, but the circle is not 4 inches. It is a little bit bigger than 3 inches though, so like here's a 3-inch guideline things, you can see it's just a little bit bigger than 3 inches. So if you chose to do a 3-inch, you might run out of swoosh space, but besides that, you'll have enough room for everything else. I did write this pattern up, so you'll probably see that on my website soon. In case you missed the live, you'll still be able to paint it if you want to. So yeah, I'll see you guys at least once, if not twice, on Thursday. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to meet you. I hope I see you guys. I hope I see you again. See, it's midnight. My brain is shutting off. I'm shutting down. Otherwise, I'll see you guys the rest of the week over on TikTok. So after Thursday, of course. So all right, have a great night, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Good night.